Students, how are you all? Hope you are best in health at home. Very good morning to all of you. Meme Grammar School Model Branch G11-3. And this is your week number 7. And week number 7, chapter number 3, page number 30 and 31. Exercise we will do email writing. How do you write email writing? The format is the same as for fax, memo and email. You do not have to write dear sir, madam or mr to begin it or use a particular formula at the end. You can just sign your name. Email between friends and colleagues are usually informal in style. So let's start email sample. It's written over, given over here on page number 30. You may see on your book email account whom you are writing or sending email, and which subject you are choosing. Are dear, any name you can write. You can write your friend name, assalamu alaikum, and you will share the views about the role of media in the society. And you will write email. This is the pattern, and it would be your end, and from you will write your own name. Okay. This is the task. Write an email to your friend telling him about sports event at your school. So it would be your pattern. You will write topic, write an email to your friend. Activity, email writing. Dear Ali, any writing you can say. This is just sample. You will write by your own. Assalamu alaikum. Last Saturday, it was our annual sports day at school. It had been very amazing and exciting. Many games were played in it, that is frog race, sack race, 100-meter race and 200-meter race, spoon race, etc. All students took part actively in these different games. Winners were awarded with trophies. It was held in the sports stadium. The participating students as well as the sporters enjoyed the sports fiesta. What is about your event held in your school? I hope you will share your views in response. From Adnan, you will write your own name here. This is just sample of email. How do you share with your friend? You may write by your own. Okay guys, let's start our next topic, page number 31, oral communication. These questions are given here, and oral communication, activity and interviews. First question, how did you first enter that field? Answer, you will write by your own. Actually, I personally was very inspired by the personality of different reporters, anchors and hosts as well. So I decided to do job as a news reporter. Question number 2, how has your job specification changed since you began your career? In the beginning, being an untrained reporter, I made many mistakes, but with the passage of time I have learned more and tried to overcome my mistakes with hard working and honesty. Now I have gained all the professional expertise. The guidance of my senior has been very helpful to step forward, and now I have reached to the level of a world news reporter. What are some trends that you are watching? Nowadays, media has become a powerful means of communication. It has become the integral part of everyone's life. It can mold the mindset of people easily. So reporters, right, these days, nowadays, reporters are using Unfair means and blackmailing the innocent people and fake stories on air is increasing gradually. This is the task of this day. Right now we will study our chapter Hazrat Asma, and first of all we will go through its main theme of this lesson. Hazrat Asma. Who was Hazrat Asma? The daughter of Hazrat Abu Bakr Sadiq. The theme of the lesson is to know and appreciate how Muslim women stood with integrity and bravery for the cause of Islam. Not only did they help the cause, but they were also the role model for the entire Muslim Ummah. Most often, they were perfect examples of modesty, truthfulness, honesty, piety, bravery, and even generosity. So let's start our. This is your task of April 30. Now we will study chapter number 4, Hazrat Asma, page number 33. Let's start. The Rasul and his close companion, friend Hazrat Abu Bakr Sadiq Raziallahu Ta'ala anhu migrated from Makkah to Medina in the year 622 AD. What is meant by AD? AD means you will say this is the period of Christ, before Christ. This is the period. You may say in the Christian era, used before dates after the supposed years Christ was born. Christ was born. When the chief of various tribes, different tribes of Makkah came to know about the migration of the Rasul and his close companion Hazrat Abu Bakr Sadiq, they got furious. Furious means very angry. The heads were determined, have strong determination more than ever to find them out. They offered huge rewards and bounties. Bounty means your reward, great reward you may say. Before their capture and dead or alive. The preparation for this journey was made at the house of Hazrat Abu Bakr Sadiq Raziallahu Ta'ala anhu. Hazrat Asma rendered mean provided useful services in this regard. She prepared food for this journey. She tied the food on the camel back with her own belt, as nothing else could be found. For this service, she was given the title of Zatun Natkin by the Rasul. During the dangerous journey, it was very difficult, it was very hard for anyone to supply food to Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The situation was so delicate, fragile, weak that the slightest mistake, a minor mistake, could have endangered the life of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This grand task was nicely undertaken by Hazrat Asma, the daughter of Hazrat Abu Bakr Sadiq. Every night, with the pack of food, she would quietly undertake towards the rough mountains in which lay the cave of Thor. She took care of the minute details in accomplishing the task. How difficult it must have been for her to travel across the rocky path at night with the constant fear of being detected to find out. On the night of migration, a tribal chief of disbeliever, Hazrat a tribal chief of disbeliever, Abu Jahl, in a fit of fury, in a very great anger, headed reached towards Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala anhu. He began knocking. He knocked his door at the door violently, very badly. Addressing Hazrat Asma, he demanded, "Where is your father?" He asked question, "Where is your father?" She politely replied, "How would I know? How would I know?" This response shows the wisdom and courage of Hazrat Asma. She didn't make a statement that would give him any clue. She simply posed a counter question that infuriated Hazrat Abu Jahl. He slapped Hazrat Asma's face very hard that her earring fell off, but she remained steadfast. But she remained determined and did not reveal the secret. Disclose. Disclose. Her grandfather, Hazrat Abu Quhafa, was a disbeliever at that time. He was very old and had become blind. He said to her, Asma, "I think Abu Bakr has taken all the wealth, leaving you and children empty-handed and helpless." At this, she immediately ran to a corner of the home. She gathered some pebbles, stones, and put them at the place where her father used to keep his money and jewels. She covered it with a piece of cloth. "Come, grandfather, look, he has left all this for us." He touched the cloth and thought it was full of gold and jewels. His concern was alleviated. I mean to lighten ease, and he felt alleviated, lighten ease, and he felt relieved to know that relieved means relaxed, to get relaxed to know that Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq had left all his wealth at home. Hazrat Asma was amongst the early few women who accepted Islam. She was the daughter of Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala anhu and step sister of Hazrat Aisha Siddiqa radiallahu ta'ala anhu. She was wife of Hazrat Zubair bin Awan radiallahu ta'ala anhu and mother of Hazrat Abdullah bin Zubair radiallahu ta'ala anhu. She died at the ripe old age of about 100 years. Hazrat Abdullah bin Zubair used to say that he had not seen anybody more generous and open-hearted than his aunt Hazrat Aisha, and his mother Hazrat Asma was so generous that she sold the garden inherited after the death of her sister Hazrat Aisha. She gave away all the money to the poor and the needy. He distributed all her money among the poor and needy. Nobody ever returned empty-handed from her doorsteps. Hazrat Asma will always be memorized for her courage, generosity, and wisdom. She had resolute faith in Allah Almighty. Her life would always be a beacon of light for all of us. Definitely. Now we will do words meaning of this chapter number 4, and words meaning: emigration, mass departure, furious, very angry, bounty, reward, capture, imprison, perilous, dangerous, delicate, fragile, slightest, small amount, endangered, dying out, venture, project, difficult task, wisdom, knowledge, courage, bravery, infuriated, furious, slapped, hit, pebbles, stone. Alleviated, ease. Relieved, comforted. Generous, kind. Hardships, adversity. Unswerving, undeviating. Calamity, disaster. AD in the Christian era, used before dates after the supposed years Christ was born. Now we will do unit related questions. Question number 1. These are pre-reading question answers. Pre-reading questions are: what do you know about Hijrat Medina? In 622 AD, the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam left Makkah and set for Medina. This incident is known as Hijrat Medina. Who accompanied the Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam in this journey? Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq Radhiyallahu anhu accompanied the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam in this journey. Have you ever heard of the role of Muslim women in this venture? I have studied about the role of Hazrat Asma Radhiyallahu anhu in this venture. Who were emigrants and where did they migrate to? Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq radhiyallahu anhu was emigrants and they migrated from Makkah to Medina in the year 622 AD. What do you understand by the phrase in a fit of fury? Fit of fury means in a great anger or to act in a fit of extreme anger. Why was Abu Jahl furious? Abu Jahl was furious on Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq radhiyallahu anhu because he was helping the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. What other words you can use for accepted? Approved, assumed, consented and admitted, embraced and become. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. I hope you will enjoy your weekend with this lecture. Allah Hafiz.